And welcome everyone, thank you very much for joining me on my Liverpool versus Manchester United pre-match build-up show. I'm joined here today by Jake. Thank you very much for joining me, mate.
It's alright, mate. It's a pleasure.
If you're new around here, you probably know Jake anyways. He's an Everton fan, but he's very much a football fan.
Yeah.
And I brought him in to have obviously an opposition point of view. But yeah, thank you very much for coming on, mate.
That's all, mate.
You're not a biased Evertonian, he's very much level-headed. But yeah, it's one of the biggest fixtures in world football. Liverpool, Manchester United, isn't it?
It is indeed, mate, yeah.
But for me, and everyone get involved as well, we want to get your starting 11 prediction as well. I'll run through that later on in the show, but I'll try and keep it a short show really. But it's an exciting game. All yous get involved. Put your starting 11s down below and how yous all feel Liverpool can win the fixture at Old Trafford. For me, it's one when the fixtures do come out. Us being Reds and Blues, local rivalry. But for me personally, it means a lot more to win against Manchester United. You could be feeling different, but us being locals, it's for me personally. How do you feel?
It's the same for us. I mean, we're Scousers, they're Manx.
Yeah.
It's like they're on our patch, we're on their patch, and we like to do one each other, do one over and stuff. So.
Yeah. What have you felt? Just quickly touch on the way in Liverpool. How do you feel Liverpool could get at Manchester United?
Just doing what they've been doing all season. Now Liverpool are one of the better teams, I think, at the minute in the Premier League for pressing teams and making them do mistakes.
Yeah.
And then countering a lot on that. And with Liverpool's front three, you've got Mane, Salah, Bobby Firmino, and you can throw in Oxlade-Chamberlain now. Coutinho's gone because he's been a very good fit.
Do you really think the Oxes played very well?
Yes. You haven't missed Coutinho, he's still scoring goals, and if you just press United, that's when they're weak. Is if you press them, they do mess up. We've seen that against Newcastle.
Yeah.
They were just pressure and
slipped
pressure and
slipped
pressure.
up against, didn't he?
He slipped up.
He lost that 1-0 away at obviously the Toon Army. I think you look at United, they're a team full of... Apologies, everyone got me notifications on my iPad. You look at United and they're a team that can get her, but it's, as I mentioned just then, it's a team full of individuals. I don't feel Mourinho yet. He might sit second or third, joint second in the league, but I feel you look at Pogba, one of their star players, but he's not really got going at Manchester United.
No.
And I feel sorry for him. Say if you bring in a player for that amount of money, and you see what he done at obviously Juventus over the years before he come to England again. If United if they go with two in midfield with Pogba and Matic, which I think they've been doing over the last couple of weeks, I feel that's somewhere Liverpool could pose a threat to United, especially if Liverpool do play the free, as we have been over the last couple of weeks. That extra man in midfield, and the way, as you mentioned before, mate, the way in which Liverpool can use their gegenpress and get at them. If Liverpool do get at Manchester United, which I feel we will do, that's when we'll see what type of Manchester United will turn up on that day.
Yeah.
But what Liverpool players do, especially going to Old Trafford, obviously you mentioned our threat, but it's the back in which every single, the Everton fans out there and the United fans, City fans, you always look to Liverpool, and since go to the defence, it's like, Liverpool are fantastic going forward, but can Liverpool cope with United's attacking press and their forward line? Lukaku, it's been labelled at him over the last couple of weeks. Can he score against the top teams? But obviously he's only scored once against, there was a top 6 team with Chelsea anyway. But who do you think, if there's any Manchester United players in that team, which there's loads of them anyway, but do you feel that could be match winners for Manchester United against Liverpool, possibly, when you look at that team?
There's a few. On his game, Lukaku can be hard to deal with. Martial,
yeah.
He's been very good this season, especially if he has to perform more now. Sanchez has turned up, like he has to step up the gas, basically.
I think Sanchez is probably the main key one,
He's key. I don't think he's settled at United. He hasn't really played that well.
Yeah,
but when he does play that well, or even when he doesn't, he's still world class.
Yeah, when just quickly touch on, we'll be seeing that result, didn't he? Crystal Palace were 2-0 up at the weekend, weren't
And
they?
he just came back with 3. Yeah.
If Palace can score 2, I'm
You
pretty
can
sure
definitely score
we
2.
can score a lot more than 2 goals with our forward 3 up front. But it's that fighting. You can never count United out. But I love Liverpool, and the Everton point of view, you have looked at Liverpool and you'd kill for our forward 3, wouldn't you?
Yes.
At Everton, and I bet you most teams would in the league. But I think it depends. Will Manchester United? This is whatever. We know what Jose Mourinho's done. He does. He could sit there and park the bus, but I think he can't afford to do that.
No.
I think
if he wants to be pushing, I know City have won the league, but if he wants to maintain that second spot, he's just got to go for it.
Yeah, I feel Liverpool we've got nothing to lose really. No. We should just go out there, all hammer and tongue, go out full press, and I think if we can hopefully get an early goal, then
they'll be on the back foot. Yeah.
They'll be on the back foot. That will draw out Manchester United.
And they want to.
They would need to come out winning, wouldn't they?
And then that's when they make the mistakes in Liverpool press.
You look at Manchester United's centre back partnership. I think Eric Bailey's not even been getting in the team.
No. Well,
or Eric Bailey or whatever.
A player who has had a great season this year is Phil Jones.
Yeah, surprisingly, the man with all the weird faces. But yeah, he's a player. You look at what United did have, Jumanovic, and obviously Rio Ferdinand. But you look at those two, especially Jones and Smalling. I'll quickly check on if the team news really. But what do you feel? Who do you think Liverpool should play at the back? Obviously Virgil van Dijk.
Oh, definitely.
He's been a huge improvement, hasn't he? I think bringing him in and the aerial presence in which Liverpool can pose, and especially a weak key in this game, we've got another layer to our game now. I think with the aerial bombardments of obviously Joel Matip and Dejan Lovren when he does play, we've got Virgil van Dijk. He's such a key figure defensively.
He is a Rolls Royce of football.
Because that's one thing United have got on us.
Yeah.
Is the height in that team. Got Jumanovic, Chris Smalling, obviously, Lukaku's a big lad, and you've got a couple of other tall physical players, Fellaini as well. Obviously, I don't think he'll be playing, will he? But
no.
It wouldn't surprise me if he actually comes on. I'm not too sure if he's injured anyway, but players missing from the Manchester United point of view when you played against the Palace. You had David Blind missing, Fellaini was missing, Herrera, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Phil Jones, Antonio Martial, Marcus Rojo. So they were the players that were missing against the Palace. I don't know if a couple of them might come into obviously the starting lineup, but you look at the Manchester United team that's set up against the Palace away from home. It was basically a 4-3-3 with Lukaku, Lingard, another one, Sanchez playing off the left, but he can drift in behind. Matic, Pogba and McTominay, Ashley Young. Mohamed Salah needs to get Ashley Young. Yeah, I think that's going to be one of the areas that Liverpool will try and attack. Is try and isolate Ashley Young against the pace and quality of Mohamed Salah, because Ashley Young would not have come up against a player in the league for me. Like Mohamed Salah. Obviously, Lindelof has been played against the Palace. Chris Smalling obviously got the goal against the Palace, sadly. Valencia, he's had a very solid season at right back, and
he's always had a solid season.
I think that'd be a fantastic duel against Mane and obviously Valencia, and we know he's going to be playing in goal. I just hope he doesn't have one of those games where he pulls United out of the fire once again. I tell you what, he's such a world class. He is the best keeper in the world for me.
I'm surprised if he stays there this summer.
Yeah, I just can't wait until he goes to Real Madrid or Barcelona or whoever. Or you up, David. But yeah, it's talking about keepers as well. Like, you've got a keeper in David De Gea, and everyone talked about Loris Karius when he came into the Premier League. He was doing a couple of mistakes. But for me, you've got no other example than David De Gea. De Gea, for 2 years straight, done absolutely clangers. I bet you've probably noticed that Loris Karius's performances have picked up, and I think he will be obviously a starting keeper against United. But I think it's important that Karius, Virgil van Dijk or Matip or Lovren, whoever plays in
Yeah,
that
yeah,
defensive three, very much talks at the weekend, keeping the physical presence, and especially on goal kicks and set pieces in general anyway. But for me, I cannot wait for this match.
It'll be a good match.
Yeah. If you were to do it, everyone, leave your score predictions down below. Hopefully, I feel Liverpool will come out at United and absolutely blitz them. I'd love them, because the way in which Liverpool shouldn't really sacrifice their game for United.
Yeah.
I think that's something where you get Jose Mourinho. He will probably sacrifice his game.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, Klopp isn't that type of manager. Klopp's not. Oh, let's go and defend. Klopp's let's go and get at.
Yeah.
And try and get goals. So, if I put a score prediction on it, I'm going to say about 3-1 Liverpool.
Good lad.
3-1.
Yeah, it's at the beginning when I was doing my live stream through the week, when I spoke to all yous, I think it could be one of them. It's either going to be a very cagey game, not in terms of us, but United sitting there, parking about 10 double-decker buses and everything, or it's either going to go that way, where it's going to be a 1-0 or a 0-0. Could be a boring 0-0. Hopefully it isn't, but it's got all the potential to become that. But if Liverpool get that early goal, whether it's United do get that early goal,
Liverpool
would always fight back, especially with the battling in the midfield with Emre Can, Milner and Henderson. That's my personal three I would play there. But I cannot wait for this. I bet you all can't as well.
The trip down the pub wouldn't go amiss.
Yeah. Obviously, as you mentioned there, the Merseyside teams do like to sit. We do like the pride of Liverpool versus Manchester.
City, Everton United, same for Liverpool.
But I cannot wait. I'm going to go for 2-1 to Liverpool. Hopefully it's about 5-0 to us. But everyone, get involved. Leave your score predictions in the comment section below, and we will, both of us will get back to you and that. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for getting involved. I really do appreciate it. And the Liverpool versus Manchester United, the biggest game in world football for me personally. I bet there's a lot of English fans there as well. It's going to be a spectacle. Jurgen Klopp coming up against the Portugueseman in Jose Mourinho. What will he do? Set up tactically. Tactically, it'll be a fantastic game to watch, won't it? But everyone, enjoy the match, and I'll speak to you very soon. Might do a live stream as well, so yeah, get involved, everyone. And you'll never walk alone. I doubt you'll say that, mate, anyway, but see you later anyway. Thank you for coming on.
No problem.
And we'll see you later.